Hey guys, so today I have a makeup tutorial for you, and I'm starting out by priming my eyelids with my NARS eyeshadow primer, which you guys have seen me do. Next, I'm going in with the James Charles X Morphe palette, and I'm going in with the color Punch Me, which is a mid-toned, warm-ish light brown. I use this as a starter crease color all the time. Next, I'm going to go in and apparently clean out my brush and not be able to decide what the heck color I'm using. And then I'm going to end up going in with a little bit of Code James to kind of warm it up a little bit, which is again, warm toned brown, but it has a little bit more of an orangey undertone to it. And I'm just going to put that right over the color Punch Me. Next, I'm just going to blend that out, and I'm just going to go in with that again. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of 10% off, which is similar to Code James, but a little bit warmer, a little bit darker. And I'm just going to go in over top of that. And I'm also going to focus that more on the outer V of my eye and then blend inwards. Again, mostly focusing on the crease, but definitely getting it a little bit on the outer half there. And I'm just going to continue to blend that out, build the color up a little bit. Again, make the look a little bit warmer, because I tend to go for warm tones. It just kind of matches my hair color a little bit. So I just like making my looks very warm. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of No Beans, which is right next to 10% off, and I'm going to again focus that on the outer corner crease area a little bit. And I think when I did this, I also did like a little bit of a combination of No Beans 10% off and Code James, like all in one. I tend to like layer colors a little bit. But basically the entire look of this is just building up that outer corner and that outer crease. It's the main technique that I use. So now I'm going to go in with the color Sister, which is a peachy champagne metallic color, and I'm just going to go in with that right on the lid. And I am going to cover up that outer corner a little bit, but we're going to go back in with the colors that we used before and just kind of rebuild up that outer corner a bit. And yes, I blend out with my middle finger. I don't know why I do that. I'm also going to continue building this color until I get the true shininess and metallicness that I like. And I'm also doing all of this with the same brush pretty much, which is the same brush that you guys have seen in just about every single one of my videos. It is my go-to brush. Again, just building it up. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with those three colors, Code James 10% off and No Beans, and I'm going to put those on my lower lash line. And I'm just using a small angled eyeliner brush to do this, and then I'm going to blend it out with my finger. Normally I blend it out with a brush, but I actually, when I came home this weekend to do this, I had forgotten that brush, so that was a little unfortunate. But I'm also doing this it's because I'm doing it with my finger, I'm using a very, very light touch because I don't want to pull and drag my under eye area. It is a very sensitive part of your face. So I'm just tapping slightly, ever so slightly dragging, very slightly. So now I'm going to take the color Ring Light and I'm going to go in on this small shader brush and I'm going to put that on my brow bone and in my inner corner as a highlight. So now I'm going to go in and just kind of fix up the lower lash line a little bit. Again, just make it a little bit darker, get the desired effect that I want, and smoke it out with my finger. And also build up that color Ring Light again a little bit. Alright, so now we're getting into the fun part. So you guys have seen me do this before, but I'm just going to do winged liner using my IT Superhero Liner. I always tend to start small and end up getting bigger just to make it even. I never try to do as big a wing as I end up with. It just kind of happens. If you want a more in-depth tutorial about how I do my winged liner, please comment that down below and I will go as in-depth and close up as I can for you guys and show you how I get my winged liner all the time. The key to it is definitely practice though. I started doing winged liner freshman year of high school, so it's been about 6 years. Now I'm just kind of editing it, making sure they're even, as I normally do. This tends to be the part of the process where my wings get bigger than I intend them to be because I have to make them even. But they actually turned out pretty good today. So now I'm going to go in with my Lancome XL CILS Lash Primer, which I did a whole review on. You guys probably saw it. If you haven't, go check out that video. I'm just going to go in with the primer and prime my eyelashes, and then I'm going to go in with the Lancome Definicils Natural But Noticeable Lashes Mascara. Now I'm adding a second coat, just making sure my lashes are separated as I want them to be. So now I'm going to go in with my Pacifica Illuminating Mineral Rainbow Crystal Highlight Cream thing. I don't even know, it's a really long name. And I'm just going to put that on my cheekbones and blend it out with my finger. And this is in the color Nebula, by the way. I received it in an Ipsy a few months back, if you've seen that video. And then I'm going to go in with this brush that I also received in an Ipsy, and I'm going to go in with my Becca Moonstone highlight that I've been using as a mirror this entire time. I'm just going to put that right on top of the cream. And then finally I'm going to go in with ColourPop Stud on my lips, and this is like a neutral brown with a little bit of a berry undertone to it. And I'm just kind of blotting. And then I remembered that I forgot to put on blush, so I'm going to go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the color Feisty. Alright, so for this next look, this is the one that's a little more neutral but still has a pop of color in it. So again, I'm going to go in and I'm going to prime my eyes like always. And I'm going to go in again with that color Punch Me and just use that as a base for my crease. So as you can see, I kind of moved angles over here, but I'm just going to build that color up and go in with a little bit of the color Mary, which is a little bit of a darker rusted red-brown color. And I'm just going to build that on top of what I already had. And yes, my mom makes an appearance in this video. So now I'm going to go in with a combination of the color Mary and the color Boutique, which is a darker version of the color Mary, and I'm going to go in on that outer corner and blend inwards into my crease. Next I'm going to go in again with the color Sister, and I'm just going to put that on my lid, and that, like I said before, it's like a champagne pinky shimmery gold. I'm going to go in again with the color Mary and Boutique on the outer corner. And then I'm going to cover that with a little bit of the color Skip, which is that hot, hot pink. This is definitely more of like a springy look. So now I'm going to go in with a combination of the color Daddy and the color Social Blade, which are two greens, and I'm going to put those on my lower lash line and blend. So I have pink going on the upper lid and green going on the lower. Next, I go in with the color Ring Light again and use that as a brow bone highlight and an inner corner highlight. You guys saw me do that in the last one. And now I'm going to go in with the eyeliner. I did skip about half of it because it's a long process. But again, just doing winged liner like I always do. And then I'm going to go in with the same lash primer and mascara that I used in the last video. Excuse me, in the last tutorial, I guess. So again, I'm going to go in with the color Feisty, and I'm going to put that on my cheeks as my blush, and then I'm going to go in with Moonstone today. I didn't put the mineral crystals underneath it, I just went a little bit more natural and went with Becca Moonstone. And then again, I'm going to use the color Stud on my lips. So again, a little bit more color, but nothing too fancy. So as you can see, I'm back in my dorm for this last video, and the first color I'm going to go in with is the color Pinkity Drinkity, which is a light, light pink, almost pale looking. And yes, my mom's hairdryer is going in the background, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry. Next, I'm going to go in with the color Skip from the last one, from the last tutorial, and I'm just going to put that straight up in my crease, and I'm going to blend it out. This is a very, very hot Barbie pink. Again, just kind of blending that out. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Love That, which is a darker berry toned pink, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner and blend inwards. That is my main technique for building up the crease and building up an eye look, is to start out and move in. And I'm also trying to build a little bit of a shape with this one, a little bit more like cat eye, but not too much. And I'm just going to build that color up a little bit more. So again, just going to build it up, and I'm also going to put in a little bit of the color Single, which is purple. It's a true purple. And I'm going to put a combination of Love That, Single, and Skip, and just continue building up those colors. Here I am deciding which color to use. So I ended up going with the color Hello, which is a very shimmery light blue color, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And I know it looks kind of crazy right now, but I promise it ends up looking a lot better. Now I'm putting a little bit of the color Brother and Cola on the outer edge, in the outer third of my eye, and also continuing to blend out Hello. It actually ended up being a little bit more of the outer half, and I think there's a little bit of the color Playground in there too. It's been a few days since I filmed this, so I'm trying to remember what I was doing. And now I'm going to take a smaller, more precise brush and go in with a little bit more of the color Cola. And I'm going to focus that on the outer corner, and that is a dark blue. And now I'm going to take the colors Skip and Love That, and I'm going to go in on my lower lash line. Just like I did with the greens from the last tutorial, I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line and blend it out. Except this time I'm going to actually use a brush to blend it out, so that's more exciting. Here I am blending it out with my big fluffy brush. You guys have seen that before. Having some issues with my contact lens there. So now I'm just going to go in again with the color Ring Light. You guys have seen me do that in the last 2 tutorials, and go in on my brow bone and my inner corner. And I'm also just continuing to blend out a little bit. Still having issues with my contact lens. It's a really flattering angle, I know, I'm sorry. Filmed this a little bit more as a get ready with me, so. Now I'm just trying to get myself situated here, but basically I'm going to go in with my eyeliner and my mascara, the same process that you guys have seen in the past 2 tutorials. I'm also watching YouTube videos while I do this, just about every time I do my makeup, I watch YouTube videos. So if you see me awkwardly looking at the camera, again, I film with iMovie, so my YouTube videos play at the same time as I'm filming. Like I said before, just going in with the lash primer and mascara, except this time I'm also curling my lashes before I go in with those products. It just helps hold the curl a little bit better. Also fixing up my eyeliner here. Now I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and just to separate out my lashes a little bit more, make sure there's no clumps, I'm just going to go in right over top of that first coat of mascara. And this is the waterproof version. Now I'm going to go in with my blush, the same blush you've been seeing me use. Now I'm going to go in with the Pacifica Mineral Crystals, highlight again, and blend that out, except this time I'm going to use a pink Real Techniques sponge to blend it out. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to go in over top with Becca Moonstone again. And the same color you've been seeing me use, I'm going to use the color Stud. And then I'm going to go actually in over top of it with this ColourPop lipstick in gold. Hey guys, so I realized as I was editing this video that I never filmed an outro for you guys. Yeah, so these are the 3 makeup looks that I came up with. One is almost completely neutral. The second one is mostly neutral with some pops of color of like some red, and there's some pink and green in there, which I know are kind of hard to tell on camera. But I swear, like in person, it was pink on the outer corner and green on the lower lash line. And then the third one, if you follow my Instagram, which you totally should, it is linked on my channel page. You might recognize it from one of my Instagram stories, I think a few weeks back. It is a pink crease with a blue lid. So it is pretty much all color all the time. And I really, really like it. It tends to make my eyes pop a lot, and it's really cool. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed these 3 makeup looks. If you recreate them, I would love to see them, so feel free to comment them down below or post them to my Instagram or anything like that. You can respond to the any of my Twitter pages, any of my Twitter feeds with a picture of them. I would love to see them. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everybody!